Welcome again, everyone. This is Chef Shaw, and today's menu, it's a special. It's sweet potato pudding, and here I have my sweet potatoes. I have two of the Jamaican sweet potato. I'm just gonna cut it to show you the difference. See this one? And this one is a potato best for baking. So this is much lighter than these. So I have my potatoes here, and I'm gonna use, for these 3 potatoes, I'm gonna use 6 cups of flour. This is only 4 cups. I'm gonna add 2 more cups to it, and I have 3 tablespoons of butter, 3 cups of raisins soaked in wine and some Jamaican white rum. I have some sugar here, sweetened to taste. I have my vanilla, 2 tablespoons of vanilla. I have a teaspoon of nutmeg, and I have my coconut milk. I'm gonna use a tin and a half of coconut milk. So I'm gonna peel my potatoes, and I have a grater here because I'm gonna grate my potatoes, and I'm gonna grate it on this side. You can blend your potatoes, cut them and then blend them, or put them in a food processor, but today I'm gonna grate my potatoes. We Jamaicans, we love our sweet potato pudding. It's a very nice dessert. And some people have their potato for a meal. Yeah, that is how nice the sweet potato pudding is. So I'm just gonna peel my potatoes. I'm gonna wash them, and then I'm gonna grate them and add my flour, butter, and spices and my raisins. And I'm gonna make a lovely sweet potato pudding. Now I've washed my potatoes, ready to grate my potatoes, and it is best to use a gloves when you're angling potatoes, the sweet potato, because it will leave some stain on your hands. So this is the Jamaican sweet potato. We have different colors sweet potato anyway in Jamaica, but this one carries some more weight. This one is a light potato, sweet potato, and this one have a lot of water in it. Yeah, so I'm gonna grate my potatoes now. I know some people are scared of the grater, so they'll get their finger caught and things like that, but I'm very skillful. So I'm gonna grate my potatoes, and then I'm gonna blend my raisins. You can use the old raisins if you want to in your pudding, but I'm gonna blend my raisin, just chop it a bit in the blender. So I'm gonna grate my potato now. So here are my grated potatoes, and I'm gonna add my flour. So that was 4 cups of the self-rising flour. I'm just gonna have maybe a cup and a half more. And that's it. to the amount of potatoes I've grated. So I'm just gonna mix my potatoes and my grated potatoes and my self-rising flour together. I'll add my nutmeg. My butter. You want to get everything mixed together. Get these mixing together before you add your sugar. Now I'm adding in my sugar. I'm using brown sugar. You can use the white sugar if you want to, but I'm using brown sugar today. I'm gonna add my coconut milk. And you don't want your pudding to be too watery. You're gonna have problem. It's gonna be too saggy and it won't come together the way you want it to come together. So I'm adding a half cup more of my coconut milk, and I'm gonna leave some for the custard on the top of the pudding, and I'm gonna show you how to do that later on. This is a very nice pudding. This is my fruits that I've blended. And you don't put any eggs in your in your pudding. Don't need eggs for your pudding. Adding my vanilla now. And some people like to put a bit of salt, just a pinch of salt in their mixture, but I won't put any salt in mine because my butter is a salted butter, so I'm not putting any salt to my pudding. And I have a 6-inch baking tin. I'll put a bit of grease paper at the bottom. This is a little bit too much for the 6-inch. I'm gonna have a 6-inch pan also with this one, so I'm just gonna put this aside. Mixing my ingredients together, and you need to get all of your ingredients come together as one. So make sure you're mixing your thing and that you don't have any raw flour anywhere in your mixture when cake, when your pudding is finished baked. So you see all my ingredients have come together. There is no raw flour showing. Alright, so I'm just gonna put this in my cake tin, piece of potato. So I'm just shimmying this to get everything level. Right, ready for my oven. My preheated oven, 250 degrees, and 15 minutes time I'm gonna turn it down to maybe 200 degrees. And I'm gonna let this bake for an hour. Here is my sweet potato pudding, ready for the topping. I'm gonna have it here. I'm just gonna put this aside and I'm gonna make my topping. So here I have a cup of coconut milk, and I'm gonna put a tablespoon of butter in my coconut milk, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, and a teaspoon of vanilla. So this is gonna be my topping and my pudding. And without this on your puddings in Jamaica, or your pudding won't be same a thing. You have to have your topping on top of the pudding. So I'm just gonna mix this. And I'm gonna pour this over my topping. And I'm gonna put it back in the oven and let it stay for 10 to 15 minutes. And then my pudding will be ready. Some people boil this and let it caramelize in a saucepan on the cooker, but I'm gonna let mine rest in the oven for 10 to 15 minutes. That's the coconut milk and the butter will be cooked and caramelized that way. I'm pouring my sauce. This is my sweet potato pudding, Chef Shaw's way. And remember, when you try this at home, do it Chef Shaw's way. And don't forget to like, subscribe, click the notification bell, and share. See you next week.